Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and another video about Flutter. If you think you already know Flutter widgets, today's video might completely change your mind. Flutter 3 introduced a new generation of widgets that don't just look better, they fundamentally change how we build modern apps across mobile, web, and desktop. In this video, I'll walk you through 10 of the most important new Flutter widgets, starting from CarouselView and the new material search system, all the way to modern navigation, menus, buttons, selection, and dropdowns, widgets that finally replace years of custom hacks and third-party packages. We'll see what each widget does, why it exists, and when you should actually use it, with clean, real examples you can apply immediately. Let's get started. First, I want to start with the CarouselView widget. CarouselView is a new material-compliant widget introduced in Flutter 3.24 that provides an official, first-party way to build horizontal carousels. Before this widget existed, developers usually relied on page view, custom scroll logic, or third-party packages to achieve carousel-like layouts. CarouselView standardizes this pattern and aligns it with Material 3 design guidelines, making carousels easier to implement, more consistent, and better integrated with the Flutter framework. One of the key strengths of CarouselView is that it supports multiple carousel presentation styles out of the box. It can be used for simple horizontally scrolling content, but it also supports more advanced layouts such as hero-style carousels, multi-browse views, and weighted item layouts. These options allow you to emphasize a primary item while still previewing surrounding content, which is common in modern media, shopping, and onboarding experiences. CarouselView is designed with layout control and responsiveness in mind. You can configure item sizing and spacing so the carousel adapts naturally to different screen sizes, from mobile phones to tablets and desktops. Because it is built on Flutter's scrolling infrastructure, it performs efficiently even with complex item widgets and integrates cleanly with theming, gestures, and accessibility features. Another important advantage of CarouselView is its tight integration with Material 3 theming. It automatically respects your app's color scheme, typography, and motion settings, which helps maintain visual consistency without extra styling work. This makes it especially useful in apps that already use Material 3 components. Overall, CarouselView represents Flutter's move toward higher-level, design-aware widgets that replace common custom patterns. It simplifies development, reduces boilerplate, and gives developers a reliable, future-proof way to build carousel interfaces that look modern and behave consistently across platforms. Now I want to talk about SearchBar and SearchAnchor, two Material 3 widgets that completely modernize how search experiences are built in Flutter. SearchBar is the visual and interactive input component that users see and tap on. It replaces many custom text field-based search implementations with a widget that follows Material 3 design guidelines out of the box. It includes built-in elevation, shape animation, focus handling, and theming, so it immediately feels polished and consistent with the rest of a Material 3 app. Instead of manually styling borders, shadows, and padding, SearchBar adapts automatically to your app's color scheme and interaction states. SearchAnchor is the structural and behavioral counterpart to SearchBar. It manages the entire search flow, including opening the search view, displaying suggestions, handling focus and keyboard input, and closing the overlay. Before SearchAnchor, developers typically had to manage dialogues, routes, overlays, and controllers themselves. With this widget, Flutter provides a single, declarative way to define how search results and suggestions are presented. The real power of these widgets comes from using them together. SearchBar triggers the interaction, while SearchAnchor controls when and how the search UI expands into a full experience. This separation keeps your code clean and makes the search logic easier to maintain, especially in larger applications where search appears in multiple places. Together, SearchBar and SearchAnchor represent Flutter's shift toward higher-level, intent-based UI components. They reduce boilerplate, improve accessibility and keyboard support, and ensure that search behavior feels native across mobile, web, and desktop platforms, all while staying fully aligned with Material 3 design principles. Very well, now in this section, I want to talk about the badge widget, a small but powerful addition to Flutter's Material 3 toolkit that makes it easier than ever to display notifications and status indicators in your app. Badge is designed to replace the common pattern of manually overlaying widgets with stack and positioned to create notification counters, alerts, or status dots. In the past, developers had to carefully calculate positions, handle different screen sizes, and ensure alignment with icons or other UI elements. Badge solves all of this automatically, giving you a simple, reusable widget that always aligns correctly and looks consistent with Material 3 design principles. One of the key features of Badge is its flexibility. You can use it with icons, buttons, or even entire navigation destinations. It supports both numbered badges, like unread message counts, and small indicator dots for status or presence notifications. It also respects theming, automatically adapting to your app's color scheme, including light and dark modes, so it always looks polished without extra styling effort. Badge also integrates seamlessly with Flutter's layout system. Unlike custom solutions, it automatically handles sizing and positioning relative to its parent widget, ensuring that your UI remains responsive and adaptive across devices. This makes it a perfect addition for apps targeting mobile, web, and desktop platforms. Overall, Badge may seem small, but it significantly reduces boilerplate, ensures consistent design, and improves maintainability. By handling common notification patterns out of the box, it allows developers to focus on creating engaging, user-friendly interfaces without worrying about alignment, styling, or responsiveness. And now, I want to talk about the segmented button widget, a modern Material 3 component in Flutter that provides an official way to create segmented controls or toggle groups. These are commonly used when users need to select one or multiple options from a small set of choices, and before this widget existed, developers had to build them manually using combinations of buttons, toggle buttons, or custom widgets. Segmented button is designed to handle both single selection and multi-selection scenarios, making it extremely versatile. You can define multiple segments with labels, icons, or both, and Flutter automatically handles the selection state, visual feedback, and animations according to Material 3 standards. This makes it much easier to implement toggle-like functionality without writing custom state management or styling code. One of the most powerful aspects of segmented button is its integration with accessibility and keyboard navigation. It provides built-in focus, hover, and press states, which means users can interact with it using a keyboard or a screen reader without extra work. This is a significant improvement over previous custom implementations, which often required manual handling of accessibility semantics. Segmented button also adapts seamlessly to theming. It automatically respects your app's color scheme and typography, including Material 3 tonal and filled variants. This ensures that the button group always looks consistent with other Material 3 components, such as filled button or badge, creating a cohesive UI experience. Very well, now let's talk about Menu Anchor and Menu Bar. Two powerful widgets in Flutter 3 Plus that bring modern menu systems to your apps, especially for desktop and web platforms. These widgets completely change how menus are built, moving away from legacy context menus or custom pop-ups and providing Material 3 compliant, high-level menu solutions. Menu Anchor is the foundation for anchored menus. It allows you to attach a menu to any widget, such as a button or an icon, and control when it opens or closes. Before Menu Anchor, creating context menus usually required manual overlays, stack positioning, or third-party solutions. With Menu Anchor, Flutter manages the menu's position, overlay, and interactions automatically. This makes right-click menus, dropdowns, and tool menus much easier to implement. On the other hand, Menu Bar is designed for top-level application menus, similar to the menu bars you see in macOS or Windows desktop apps. It works in tandem with Menu Item button and Sub-Menu button to create nested or cascading menus. Previously, developers either had to build these from scratch or rely on platform-specific solutions. Now, Flutter provides a consistent, cross-platform approach that also integrates keyboard navigation and accessibility automatically. What makes these widgets particularly useful is how they complement each other. Menu Anchor is perfect for contextual or inline menus, while Menu Bar handles persistent, global app menus. Both respect Material 3 theming and interactions, including hover effects, focus, and press states. This ensures menus are visually consistent with the rest of your Flutter app, whether you are targeting mobile, web, or desktop. Overall, Menu Anchor and Menu Bar elevate Flutter's menu capabilities to a first-class, modern standard. They reduce boilerplate, simplify accessibility, and provide a polished user experience for applications that need both inline menus and full desktop-style menu bars. For developers building multi-platform apps, these widgets are now the recommended way to implement menus in Flutter 3+. And now in this section, I want to talk about Navigation Bar, a modern Flutter 3+ widget that improves upon the older bottom navigation bar and brings Material 3 design principles to app navigation. Navigation Bar is designed to provide a cleaner, more flexible, and more visually consistent way to navigate between primary destinations in mobile and desktop apps. Compared to bottom Navigation Bar offers better alignment with Material 3's visual language. It automatically handles icon and label placement, transitions, and animation between destinations. The older bottom Navigation Bar required more manual configuration for spacing, label visibility, and style consistency, which often led to custom hacks in modern apps. Navigation Bar solves these issues out of the box, reducing boilerplate and improving maintainability. One of the major improvements is adaptive layout and responsiveness. Navigation Bar can automatically adjust label visibility depending on the available space and platform conventions. For example, on mobile devices, labels can be shown only for the active destination, while on larger screens or desktop environments, labels can remain visible for all destinations. This flexibility was cumbersome to achieve with the old widget. Navigation Bar also supports Material 3 theming and motion. It integrates seamlessly with your app's color scheme and responds to dynamic theming changes, including dark mode. Its animations for selection transitions are smooth, polished, and follow Material 3 motion guidelines, giving apps a modern, cohesive feel without additional work. Overall, Navigation Bar represents a significant step forward in Flutter's navigation system. It replaces the older bottom Navigation Bar for modern apps, simplifies cross-platform design, and ensures your app looks up-to-date with Material 3 principles. By using Navigation Bar, developers can create intuitive, visually appealing navigation experiences that are consistent, adaptive, and maintainable across devices. Alright, now I want to talk about Filled Button, a modern Flutter 3+ widget that replaces and improves upon the older elevated button in Material 3 design. Filled Button brings clarity, semantic intent, and better theming to action buttons, making it easier for developers to create consistent, visually appealing buttons without extra styling. Compared to Elevated Button, Filled Button provides a more intentional and flexible design hierarchy. While Elevated Button was often overused for primary and secondary actions alike, Filled Button clearly communicates its role as a primary or prominent action. Flutter also introduces Filled Button tonal for secondary actions, giving developers a simple way to distinguish button types while maintaining visual harmony with the app's color scheme. Another key improvement is automatic Material 3 compliance. Filled Button respects color, elevation, shape, and motion guidelines from Material 3, which previously required manually overriding elevated button styles. This includes consistent ripple effects, hover and focus states, and proper accessibility semantics, all baked in. Developers no longer need to fine-tune padding, corner radius, or elevation. Filled Button handles it automatically. Filled Button also simplifies theming and customization. It adapts to dynamic color schemes using Color Scheme Dot from Seed and works well in dark mode or high-contrast themes. This is an improvement over Elevated Button, where developers often had to manually adjust foreground and background colors to maintain accessibility and visual consistency. Now let's talk about Selection Area, a Flutter 3.3+ widget that brings a modern, high-level solution for text and content selection in apps. Unlike traditional approaches, where only individual selectable text widgets could be highlighted, Selection Area allows developers to make entire regions of content selectable, providing a more natural and user-friendly experience. Before Selection Area, creating multi-widget selection required wrapping each piece of text in selectable text or implementing custom selection logic, which was tedious and often inconsistent across platforms. Selection Area simplifies this by allowing any subtree of widgets to become selectable, so users can drag across multiple paragraphs, lists, or even rich content and copy it seamlessly. This is particularly useful for apps like documentation readers, note-taking apps, or any interface where users interact with large blocks of text. One of the major improvements is built-in platform integration. Selection Area automatically handles focus, copy-paste gestures, and context menus in a way that feels native on mobile, web, and desktop. Users can use keyboard shortcuts to select and copy content, and it respects platform-specific behavior, making it much more accessible and predictable than custom solutions. Another key advantage is flexibility and customization. Developers can customize the selection controls, handle selection changes via callbacks, or override the context menu using the context menu builder. This makes Selection Area suitable not only for simple text selection, but also for advanced interactive content where developers want to provide custom options for selected content. And now I want to talk about Dropdown Menu, a modern Flutter 3.7 Plus widget that replaces the older Dropdown button and Dropdown button form field with a cleaner, more flexible, and Material 3 compliant solution. Dropdown Menu makes it easier to create selection menus with better visuals, accessibility, and usability out of the box. Compared to the old Dropdown button, Dropdown Menu offers a significant improvement in design and behavior. Dropdown button often required custom styling and extra work to align with Material 3 principles, and it lacked smooth animations, adaptive layouts, and integrated accessibility support. Dropdown Menu fixes these limitations by automatically providing consistent spacing, rounded shapes, elevation, and animation when the menu opens or closes. One of the standout features of Dropdown Menu is its searchable and selectable entries. You can define Dropdown Menu entry widgets with labels, values, or custom content, and Flutter handles the selection state automatically. This is an improvement over Dropdown button, where developers often had to manually manage selection logic, item mapping, and display formatting, especially for complex forms or dynamic data sets. Dropdown Menu is also responsive and adaptive, which makes it suitable for mobile, web, and desktop applications. The menu adapts to available screen space, provides proper scroll behavior when there are many options, and integrates seamlessly with theming. It respects color scheme and Material 3 style tokens, ensuring that your dropdowns always look modern and consistent with the rest of your app, unlike the older dropdowns that often required custom color adjustments. Overall, Dropdown Menu represents a major step forward in Flutter's form and input widgets. It reduces boilerplate, improves accessibility, enhances visual polish, and provides a more declarative and flexible API. For developers building modern apps with Flutter 3+, Dropdown Menu is now the preferred way to implement selection menus, replacing legacy dropdown solutions with a smoother, more user-friendly experience. Finally, in this section, I want to talk about Navigation Drawer, a Flutter 3+ widget that provides a modern Material 3 compliant side navigation experience. Navigation Drawer is designed to improve upon the legacy drawer widget by offering better layout, theming, and interaction consistency, making it easier to build adaptive, cross-platform navigation menus. Compared to the old drawer, Navigation Drawer introduces a cleaner, structured approach to side navigation. While Drawer relied heavily on custom list tiles and manual styling, Navigation Drawer provides built-in support for Navigation Drawer destination widgets, which automatically handle icon, label, and selection state in a visually consistent way. This reduces boilerplate and ensures your drawer looks polished without extra effort. One of the biggest improvements is adaptive layout support. Navigation Drawer works seamlessly across mobile, tablet, and desktop layouts. On larger screens, it can remain permanently visible alongside the main content, while on smaller devices, it behaves like a traditional slide-out drawer. This flexibility was difficult to achieve with the older drawer, which often required custom conditional layouts for responsiveness. Navigation Drawer also integrates Material 3 theming and motion. It respects the app's color scheme, typography, and elevation guidelines, and it provides smooth selection animations. This ensures that the drawer feels cohesive with other Material 3 components, such as navigation bar, filled button, and badge, creating a modern, unified user experience that was hard to achieve with custom drawers. Overall, Navigation Drawer is a significant upgrade over the previous drawer widget. It simplifies the creation of adaptive, accessible, and visually consistent side navigation, reduces boilerplate, and aligns perfectly with Flutter's modern Material 3 toolkit. For developers building multi-platform apps, Navigation Drawer offers a polished, future-proof solution for managing navigation and improving app usability. And that's a wrap on the 10 new Flutter 3 Plus widgets that are changing how we build modern apps. From CarouselView to Navigation Drawer, each of these widgets simplifies your code, improves accessibility, and gives your apps a polished Material 3 compliant look without extra effort. By using these widgets, you can replace custom hacks, reduce boilerplate, and make your app feel truly modern across mobile, web, and desktop. Whether it's a sleek carousel, an interactive search bar, or a responsive navigation system, Flutter now gives us the tools to build these experiences efficiently. The best part is that all of these widgets are fully theming aware, which means they automatically adapt to your app's colors, typography, and motion settings. That's a huge time saver and ensures a consistent, professional look across all screens. If you start using even a few of these widgets in your next project, you'll notice how much cleaner and maintainable your code becomes. And the more you combine them, like SearchBar with Search Anchor or Menu Anchor with Menu Bar, the more powerful and polished your app feels. Thank you for your projects. I'd love to hear your thoughts.